Hello, welcome to the channel. I'm JP, and this fella next to us, this side, is Comic Lad
Comic
Simon.
Lad Simon. How we doing?
Are we all good? How are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. I'm good, mate. You?
Yeah. So this come about because it's absolutely your fault. We're doing this show. If none of you know, Simon had me and Pete, Triple J Comics, on his show. I think it was last year.
Yeah,
We did One Piece.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah. So me and Pete watched One Piece. I got hooked, and I've been down this anime manga train since then. So you're a big manga reader, though, aren't you, Simon?
Yeah, I'm a big manga reader and anime fan. Like I started anime way before anime was sort of popular in the UK.
Yeah.
Like the way I used to source my anime was through a friend or eBay. Like I would obviously back in the day it was LimeWire. Do you remember LimeWire?
Vaguely.
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 I used to have to download all my anime there because it was never released here in the UK. So I used to be all full Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, the main sort of three, and I was addicted to it. So yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Quick say hello to Dave Seager. How you, Dave?
Hi, Dave. How are we doing?
Hope you're well, mate. Thanks for dropping by. So last time I watched anime, it was like back in the 90s. And it used to be always on the Sci-Fi channel.
Yeah.
So at midnight.
Yeah. It used to be on. Is it MTV as well? So
it was something like that. Yeah. But it was
like that. I remember watching. I was like really young at my granddad's, and he had like the only one who had Sky and all that. And he had MTV and things, and I used to watch obviously Beavis and Butthead when I shouldn't be at that age. But there was like, is it something Tank Police or something like that? It was called.
I'm sure about that one because it was mainly like the manga films. So it was like Wicked City, Devilman, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
my first sort of film was Akira. So that was
right. Yeah. Never watched that hungover.
But
definitely not. Yeah, I think the first anime I ever watched was Fist of the North Star.
Oh yes, Fist of the North Star.
Yeah. I remember us having that on VHS when like this was like back in the 80s, early 90s. So
we are reminiscing now, aren't we?
But anyway, we're gonna go. Me and Simon's picked 3 manga each and 3 anime.
Yeah,
that we've been watching and reading, and then we're gonna do the UK top 10. That's voted on Crunchyroll. Did all the slides. You didn't have to worry about it, Simon.
Did all the slides.
So I think we'll just get into this, mate, and
let's get straight into it then. Who's first, you or me?
It is me, and first up is Dandadan.
Dandadan. Now this is actually coming out soon as an anime, isn't it? So...
It is, yes, yeah. That's why I clicked on to read it.
Yeah.
Have you read any of it, Simon?
I've not actually, because it's not on. I read most of my manga. I read off an app for anyone who wants to know. It's called Shonen Jump.
Yeah, that's what I read on it.
And is it on there? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I read it. Yeah.
Okay, but I haven't read this one yet, so no.
So this is batshit crazy.
Yeah, okay. Do you want to do the synopsis then? So what is it?
So the 2 school friends here, I can't remember the names. The names of my classes. The girl believes in ghosts. The boy doesn't. He believes in UFOs. So if you see the panels here, trying to switch places to find. So the boy goes in search of a spirit, and the girl goes in search of a UFO. The girl runs into some aliens.
Yeah.
Who gets a bit seedy. The boy runs into this spirit called Turbo Witch.
Okay.
Turbo Witch. It will let you suck all the teats if you can have your shillong.
Oh no. Okay, so it is a bit weird.
It is really weird, but it's a lot of fun as well.
Okay. Awesome.
It is a lot of fun. I'm only, I think, 4 chapters in, so.
Okay.
Like I say, it's 159 chapters. There's no volumes out yet, so I don't think you can pick this up on Amazon. But yeah, the anime is out soon, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I mean, we basically read off Shonen Jump, don't we? The app.
Yes.
It's literally only like $1.99 a month. It's
It's
paying like what is it, 50 pence or is that? I don't know nowadays, but it's probably
for
like
the amount you get on there.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
It's well worth it. You know, I don't know why people. I mean, people want to own and collect manga. That's up to themselves. You know, I'm
Yeah,
all for
absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
But for me, for easy reading, like I always read at night, so I always like on my phone because I'm always on my phone. So this is easy reading for me to catch up manga. I also have webtoons as well, so that's another one.
Right.
Which is it's a slash sort of like manga anime type. You know, people make cartoons and it's easy read. And there's a new anime on Crunchyroll at the moment called Solo Leveling, I think, and that
I think I watched the first episode of that.
Yeah, that was on webtoons
Right.
first. So as you see, it's not as a manga as such, but it is because it's an anime now. So
yeah. So we'll get up to the next slide, which is yours, and you just a Goblin.
Yes.
This is what you were just talking about. This is the webtoon, yeah.
This is on webtoons, yes. So I read this off webtoons, and it's just a Goblin, and it's one of the most popular on there at the moment. It's amazing. So it's basically it's one of those sort of flip around sort of ones. You've got heroes and you've got like monsters, goblins. Now there's Nog, which is the protagonist here. He's like a small goblin, and he sees heroes always attack the goblin village, and they always like they're horrible and that they're always killing goblins. And he hates the fact that heroes are always killing basically the goblins and other creatures, and they're just he has a hate for heroes. And then this one event happens where he accidentally kills, I think, a human or something, and he gets what we call, like in game you have like a sort of what do you call it, like a helper.
All right. Yes.
Yeah, and he's then starts leveling up. So he's a monster who shouldn't level up, and he's got what we call like it's like they call it when they get these things, they call it like I don't know, like a part of the computer in that is helping you. Yeah, so he's got like this. It's like this ghost friend computer type thing that helps him level up, and then
so it'd be like the thing up Zelda.
Basically, and but basically that helps him level up. So now he's leveling up, he's getting a lot stronger as a goblin, and he basically has a friend, this girl goblin, and they both put masks on, and then they sort of mix in between the heroes, and then that's where it goes forward. And there's some. It gets interesting later on. I won't spoil it for anyone, but that is the synopsis. It's called Just a Goblin, and it's really, really good. It's got some really cool action scenes in it, and so he basically levels up, and it's amazing.
So the thing with this, Just a Goblin, this could just go like the way Solo Leveling and end up on Crunchyroll.
It could be on Crunchyroll at some point. I think it will be. Like we're at 76 chapters in. So I read season. It's like I would say season 1. I'm in season.
Yes,
2
that's
now.
right. When I looked at it, it was like 2 seasons.
2 seasons. Yeah. So I'm on season 2 now, which is what I'm keeping up to date and reading. So yeah. Okay.
Oh, brilliant! I'll definitely have to check that one out.
Yeah.
Next up, we have my pick, and Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man, awesome.
I'm just gonna say, absolutely love Chainsaw Man. I've just finished reading. I'm up to date now. I finished reading last night.
Yeah.
So 175 chapters. But the thing is, when you say this 175 chapters, and all you've read is like Western comics, you think, wow, that's a lot. That's a lot to get through. It's really not. You can fire through like each chapter within minutes, some of them, because it's just like action. But this is like really ultra violent. There's got a comedy aspect to it and all.
So this is already out as an anime, isn't it? So they've got part of season 1, not all of season 1.
No.
It's not. It's like they take the time with their animes and they don't release it all at once. They don't
really do it. Because I find that weird though, because some animes get released and it's like 23 episodes, no breaks, and then you get like something like Chainsaw Man. I think 8 episodes.
Yeah.
And it's been nothing for ages. Just want to say hello to the Comic Collector. How are you doing, mate?
How are you doing?
Joining us, much appreciated. But yeah, Denji is absolutely brilliant protagonist,
Mhm.
antagonist, whichever way you want to look at it. Yeah,
Protagonist, yeah,
the,
or
the
antagonist, yeah.
yeah. The characters are just like all out for themselves as well,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Um,
Denji's a really weird one because he just basically wants to have sex or fall in love.
yeah, basically,
He
yeah.
literally, he's basically
Yeah,
just a big perv, isn't he? Really,
it really is.
yeah, but he's a weird perv, and he basically has there's demons in the whole thing, and
Yeah,
there's the synopsis, isn't there? And he has a little one called Ponchy. So
Punchy, yeah, which is a
yeah.
chainsaw devil.
Hmm.
So the way they explained it in the anime and the show is there's a devil for everything. So like a cat pop, will have a devil,
Yeah,
but
judgment.
no one's
Yeah.
afraid of that. So it's going to be really weak.
Mm.
So that's how it's explained in the anime and the manga. Which I think is a really good, cool concept. I don't know about
Yeah.
you, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, the main thing on season one is the gun devil, isn't it? The gun devil's been like
yes, yeah,
killing people randomly years ago, and
yeah.
then everyone's like scared because there's remnant bullets of the gun devil, and they're trying to stop it.
That's right,
So
yeah. So
yeah.
season one, they're just trying to track down this
Mm.
the gun devil and leads him into all sorts of situations. I'm not going to
And
go into too much detail because you really
no,
have to
but
watch it.
let's tell people how Denji becomes Chainsaw Man. We can tell them that, I suppose.
Oh yeah, wait, yeah, because he made the contract with Punchy.
With Ponchy. Basically, him and Ponchy are like childhood friends,
Yeah, yeah,
and I think he's dying, and Ponchy saves his life by
that's
going into
right.
his
Yeah,
heart, and
because
then he
Denji
has
saved his life when
yeah,
he was a
he
kid.
saves
Yeah,
his life, and so he has a cord, and then every time he pulls that cord, he turns into what you see on the front
yeah,
there,
Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's why he looks like that.
but
Because I think the
he's
first time Pete's in, he goes, "What the shit is that?"
he did.
Oh, speaking of Pete,
It was Pete.
there he is.
How would he
Thanks,
win?
Pete. Thanks for stopping by anyway, mate. But yeah, that's Chainsaw Man. And we'll get into that later because it
Hmm.
is in the top 10 of the anime. So
Yeah,
we're going to
it's
talk a
still
little
there.
bit
I
more
mean,
about that later.
I don't. We're in. I don't know what part we're in. We're on 175 chapters, but is that?
Yeah,
That's not.
that's just a
Is that like?
second arc.
Yeah, that's
It's
like the second art, not a season even. Yeah.
no. And there's a new chapter getting released in a couple of days for
Mm.
Chainsaw Man. So if you are on Show and Jump, that's there to look forward to.
It is. Yeah.
Right, up next is your next pick,
My
and
one
it
next. Yeah.
is Ultimate
So,
Exorcist.
Ultimate X's Kiyoshi. So this is new
Yeah,
on. Fairly new, as you said. There's only 10
yeah,
chapters, so
yeah.
it's a good one to jump on. I'm really enjoying it at the moment. Really enjoying it. The manga style reminds me of Soul Eater. Have you ever watched Soul Eater?
I haven't no.
No, that's a good one to watch. Really, really good.
Right.
As anime. Anyway, so the style of that reminds me of this. This is a kid called Kiyoshi. He's an ultimate exorcist, but he's in a way he's like a teenager still growing. And basically, there's what we call demon lords, and so he's training to. He's the ultimate exorcist, but he's training to sort of fit in with the society of exorcists, if you know what I mean.
Right.
And he's already killed. Well, I shouldn't spoil it, but he's already killed at the start one demon lord,
Right.
really easily, like dead easy. And he did it all because he was like scared, like he's a scaredy cat person. He's
All
like, oh,
right.
I
So
don't.
he's a bit of a coward. And...
He's a bit not just a coward, but he has to get. Yeah, he's this character who's a bit of a scaredy cat, but he's an ultimate exorcist. So when he gets into action, he like annihilates them with ease, and it's like, wow, he's so overpowered. I would say OP.
Because
So
there was an anime that I was going to start watching, Blue Exorcist.
yes, yeah.
So I didn't know if this was like along the same lines as that, or
No, it's quite completely different. Blue Exorcist
right.
it's his own thing. This is it's still demons and it's still exorcists, and so exorcists are trying to get rid of the demons. But Kiyoshi, he's also on the side of demons, so he makes friends with demons and helps demons as well. So
Yeah.
he's like a bit torn in the Exorcist community because he helps demons as well. So
yeah. Just a quick hello to Uncanny Swag. How are you doing, Swag? Hope you're well,
how
my
we
brother.
doing?
Pete's saying, I know Chainsaw Man. My Don says at school. Okay, do it, Pete. So next one I've got
Next one.
is Kaiju number 8.
Oh, I've been reading this as well. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
So,
I've read the first volume.
first volume.
I've read the first volume. Obviously, I've been reading Chainsaw Man, so I think this is the next one I'm going to start properly. But yeah, I absolutely love this as well.
Yeah, it's so good.
Kafka's such a lovable like hero.
Yeah.
When it starts, and you just like, it's his story at the end of the day, and you just follow him along. So I don't really know what's happened past the first chapter.
Okay.
I am up to date with the anime.
The manga is quite far ahead, as you can see, 113 chapters, and I literally read it. So it comes out Thursdays usually, and I read it on Thursday, and it's just like one of the ending ones, and it's just become like it's a really good. Like
also one act's finishing.
What really good chapter. It's not finished. I think there's one more, maybe two more, but it's getting towards the end of that, arc or chapter, So I forget what's the protagonist names again for this one.
It's Kafka.
Kaka, that's it, Kaka. So there's kaiju about, and they have the kaiju defense force. As a synopsis, don't they? And
he's basically on the cleanup team.
That's it. He's on the cleanup team of kaiju.
If you've seen Pacific Rim,
yeah,
Ron Perlman, he has like a whole team.
He does, and they're cleaning up afterwards.
Clean up the kaiju. Yeah, that's basically what he does as a job.
Yeah.
But his dream is to join the defense force and fight kaiju.
Yeah. And he's really weak, really. That
yeah.
He's like, but he was best friends who's like with one of the head captains of the defense force.
Yeah.
He was
cannot remember her name.
Childhood friends with her.
Yeah.
And then he gets hurt, doesn't he? On the cleanup. Is it? Is it on, I think on the cleanup he gets hurt and he gets put in the hospital.
Yeah.
And then while he's in hospital, it's really weird. There's this like.
It's like
I suppose it's a fly sort of bug thing, and it goes into his chest, doesn't it? So
his chest or in his mouth, I can't remember.
So it's in his chest or mouth, one of those. It's basically a parasite, and it just goes into him, and then suddenly he wakes up and he turns into this thing, this like kaiju half human type thing. So it's a mix, isn't it? So yeah,
and he's canny OP for kaiju as well.
He is. Yeah. And so he can control
because when he because he goes into training for the defense force, they get these like power suits, and they take all these readings and that, and Kafka's only at 1% all the way through the training.
Yeah, so that's a really cool concept. There's already been these human type kaijus already out there, or special kaijus, and they've killed them, and they're able to use their body parts for weapons or armor. Yeah. And so they use them swords and armor, and then they sort of like merge the memories of the kaiju with them, and they go into percentage as how they merge. So it's a bit like Pacific Rim again with the robots. They have to combine with the suits, don't they?
Yeah.
As the defense force.
Then so
it's got definitely a lot of Pacific Rim sort of identity into it. So
definitely. Okay. Next one for you, Simon.
Next one
is Wild Strawberry.
Yes. Wild Strawberry. So I was reading this one, and it's an interesting one. So
I read the first chapter tonight.
You read the first chapter. So the protagonist is a guy called Kingo. Yeah. Basically, the whole world has been infected by killer sort of plants.
Yeah. So conceptus.
Yes.
Think the Last of Us.
Last of Us type thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And but to me, they're like them. They are turning people into plants. They'll just literally turn into mutant monsters.
This first chapter, the body horror. Yeah. This is like unreal.
Oh, it's unreal.
And
anyway,
I was expecting that.
One of his childhood friends has been infected with one of these plants, but she's usually they turn and go berserk straight away, but she's controlling it, and she's able to control it, and she's a host for the plant, and so she's infected, and he's trying to protect her, and so he calls her as like his sister, but it's not really his sister. It's just because it feels like it's his sister.
I think they get adopted together as well.
Yes, they get adopted. So they're trying to survive in this world where there's safe zones in the world, and then if people get infected, they have to there's a defense type force that harvests and kills these plants, like with special sort of equipment that is used from plants as well.
I just seen a big flamethrower.
Yeah. And basically, he ends up nearly dead, and she has to save his life. So she transforms the plant and turns into his heart. Yet again, a bit like Chainsaw Man, she is his heart, and so then he becomes the host, sort of thing. Yeah. But it's got all of her entity and memories of her, basically. So she disappears completely and then goes into him to save his life, sort of thing. And
because there was like an oh shit moment in like the very first chapter. It was like, oh fuck,
Yeah. So it's definitely worth a read. Oh, we've got Kenneth here as well. Should we say hello to Kenneth?
How you doing, Kenneth?
How are we doing?
Thanks for joining, mate. Okie dokie.
But that's pretty much it. Wild Story, loads. It's definitely worth reading if you like.
I'm definitely going to catch up on this one because I love stuff like body horror and everything. And
it is good. So
So next up we are onto the anime, and first up is mine, and it's 86.
86. I've only watched the first episode of this.
This show is like how would you say it? It's got a lot of heart.
Yeah,
it really has.
It's very weird.
It tugs at your heartstrings at times. So it's all set in like this post-apocalyptic world. The 86 made up of a group of kids because they don't look like how another group of people should look. They're forced to go out and fight these mechanical droids in this never-ending war. That's basically it. The girl with the white hair, she's part of this like upper class system sort of thing.
Yeah,
she tells them where to go, plans their battles and everything. But she starts to get to know them, and so
they're in these sort of spider tank units, aren't they?
Yeah,
and they're only kids, and basically they're protecting all these upper class sort of people that
don't give a shit about them.
They don't give a shit about them. They're basically like, oh, send them out and just let them die. And they're trying to fight these other robots, aren't they? So
yeah. The enemy robots to take like the head of people they killed and they put them into the machines. So
they're controlled from the head.
Now they've got like memories of like their old lives and everything.
Tactics and all sorts. Yeah.
It's really good, and like I said, it does pull at your heartstrings at times. I won't say no more than that. But definitely check it out. And it's only one season. It's 23 episodes.
Yeah, it's amazing how I've not watched this, but like fully. Yeah. I've only watched, I think I watched about 2 episodes and that was it. But I got the concept of it. It's just one of those I need to pick back up again. So.
Yeah, definitely. Next one is yours, Simon.
Okay, so this is a fairly new one to Crunchyroll. But very fairly new. I was only watching it literally, I think last week or something. And it's have you seen? I don't know if everyone else has seen this. The Sword Hero yet? Shield Hero. Sorry, Shield Hero.
No, I haven't seen it.
No. So it's the same sort of concept with that, where they've gone into another world, which is what we call isekai, when someone dies and they all or heroes and they all get taken into another world.
Right.
This one, there's a goddess and there's loads of people get transported, and she literally kills someone in front of them like this, and then it brings them back to life. It's weird, and then she grants them abilities like to level up with. And for whatever reason, this kid gets the worst ability, like the worst, like stats. His stats are the lowest of the level. Yeah. She's giving him like, and it's random. She's just going like this, giving him abilities. And she's like, oh, sorry, you've got the shit one. You're worthless. You're basically, and so there's this point where everyone's against him. Everyone in the whole group is against him. Everyone ostracize him, and it's quite heartfelt again because there's moments where it brings him as a kid being bullied by his dad, and his dad's kicking the crap out of him, and it brings back those memories, and it's really awful. And they basically send him to like sort of the depths of where they are, where there's tons of monsters, so he can't survive.
I think it's like putting a dungeon sort of thing.
Yeah, like sort of dungeon. So the others go up, leveling up fine, and he's put in the depths at the bottom with the lowest stats.
Right.
Anyway, he has he has an ability. They all have abilities. So even though he's got the worst of stats ever, he has what we call this paralyze ability, and he can literally paralyze things just by going paralyze like this. And he starts leveling up, and then he gains poison. And he's literally getting stronger and stronger. Like there's moments, a bit like solo leveling, where you think he's gonna die, or he's like at death's door with these monsters at him, and he just somehow survives from his quick wits in the end. And he's just like paralyze, poison, and then his stats start going up and up and up and up. And so from being the worst stats, he starts getting the best stats. And then he obviously has this massive grudge against the goddess. So,
it's led on to shit.
Yeah. And eventually he gets out the dungeon. He's got amazing stats, and his ability is sort of like very strange and unknown. He helps this woman out as well who's been attacked, and then he makes sure they're friends and starts making he starts making a party and then going from there. So having only 10 episodes, I got really hooked. It's really good. So
because I put this on earlier today when I was doing the slides and everything for the show. But I'll put it on. I'll see what it's like, so I'll be able to talk about it. It was in Japanese. I'm too busy doing the slides, so I'm gonna have to watch it later. There's no English stuff.
But for everyone out there, GP he's a bit like my brother. He has to wait for the subs, and I'm
not necessarily because
you have to wait for the dubs, do you?
No, because I'm doing One Piece as well. From the beginning. And most of them are in Japanese. I don't think there's English dub till season 8.
No, some of them take absolute ages to be done. And that's why I cannot be bothered to wait, and that's why I read manga as well. But two, I've always been used to reading subs. Always, because I read a lot of I watch a lot of K-drama and things like that, and it doesn't bother me. I just get I have it and I just pick it all up. So I still can't speak Japanese, so.
No, you're never gonna pick that up, so. Konnichiwa. That's about it. That's it for me. Right, my pick for anime is Jujutsu Kaisen.
An amazing one.
Amazing. So I watched Zero because it's like starts with Zero. That's like a TV movie, and then you get season 1, season 2. But if I want to rewatch this, I want to do it differently.
Okay.
Because season 2, most of that first bit is a prologue.
Yeah.
Before Zero, so I think I'll watch that first, then Zero, season 1, and pick up back in season 2. If you ever get connected to a character that you really like in the show, turn it off.
Turn it off.
Turn it off. Because it will destroy you.
It will destroy you if you get connected to characters, this thing. But also, I have to say that I would read the manga because it's so far ahead. The manga, I'm at the manga, and let's say it's hard to keep up sometimes, like what is happening with this show, because what is happening with this show. There's a lot of characters, of characters. That's what and so to know who's who and what's happening, that's the only downside about this show. It's but if you know the main characters, that's great. But and the main characters are always in this. But there's a lot of side characters, and different things. Do you want to try and go over a synopsis?
Well, I got really confused. I watched Zero. It was about a boy who gets took in by the Jujutsu's sorcerers.
Yeah.
He had a childhood friend who died, and she became like a spirit thing from. I'm trying to think back now. It's been a while since I watched it. But anyway, past that, we get to season 1, and I thought, all right, well, we'll just carry on as it went through. And no, there's a new character.
Yeah.
The lad with the pink hair. I forgot his
Yeah.
name now. But Gojo next to him is
You've got
Serenity.
Gojo.
Gojo.
Sukina. What's his name? The main bad guy. It begins with an S anyway.
I'll tell you what. I'm just gonna.
You've got it there.
No,
It's
that's the other book.
I can't pronounce it. It's something like Sukina or something. Anyway, the guy in the pink hair is supposed to be one of the best. So people have Jujutsu is it's like they have powers.
Yeah.
And it's Jujutsu is like an energy, isn't it? And
Joji.
Yeah.
What is his name, Joji? Yeah.
No, Joji.
No,
Goji,
that was the.
That's the one in the white hair, Goji. And you're on about the main protagonist in this. With the pink hair. And then there's the bad guy with the pink hair as well.
Yeah. But yeah, the sorcerers and the keep demons back and all this stuff, everything like that.
Basically, the bad guy with the pink hair is one of the worst in history. So the protagonist, they find a finger.
Yes, he has to take these fingers.
There's fingers, and the finger is cursed with jujitsu. So what they call
energy,
with jujitsu energy, and that sort of tracks what we call like these jujitsu demons type things. And he's like one of the biggest jujitsu demons around, like, and it's one of his fingers. And what this kid does is eats it. And he basically turns into. That's why the guy's got pink hair. The enemy's got pink hair as well. Into him at one point, and Goji has this jujitsu ability. He's got blue eyes, guys. So even though he's got like
but he has to cover his eyes.
He has to cover his eyes because of his ability being so strong. But it's definitely if you can understand what's going on, it is absolutely one amazing fight scenes, amazing read. My only downside is it's hard to follow sometimes because even with the manga, because so much is going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of characters in there, but I think I might pronounce this wrongly, but the Shinobu incident, the train station incident, that's one of the hardest punches I've ever had to watch.
Yeah. Well, really you've got more to come with the manga because
I've heard.
There's a whole arc of this game that's going on, like a bit like Hunter x Hunter, where there's a big whole game, a whole season where they join a game. So
I think in season 1 they did like a battle royale type thing between the students. That was really good. But what was I going to say there? I forgot it was on tip of my tongue. No, it's gone. But yeah, go watch Jujutsu Kaisen. It's absolutely amazing.
It is. It's worth it. It definitely 100%.
Definitely is. So your next one, Simon, is...
My next one. So this is another new one I've been watching. And
what's the first episode?
Yeah, there's only 8 episodes, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah,
I absolutely love it. And the reason I love it is the concept. Is literally we have got so many isekais now where people go into another world and they're just fed up. Well, this guy is he's not even a protagonist. He's not a protagonist.
You kind say he wants to himself.
He literally wants to die all the time. He's so like, why is this world? I just want to die. I just want to go to the next world. And so he actually goes to the next world, and he's in the next world, and he wants to die in the next world. And they're like, and then there's this girl there. She's like, hello, hero, hello, welcome. And he's literally eating his poison pills.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm just going to kill myself. And she's like, no, don't do this. You're supposed to be the hero.
But it's another thing, like what you were saying before about the RP aspect of it, and they've got like a leveling up system. So he's got the lowest like 1 health stat. Which is really funny. But he makes these friends, and basically they're carrying him, and like he puts himself in a coffin, and they literally drag him around in a coffin. Right.
And he's just.
I want to watch the rest of these because
it's so funny and good because he's just like, they call him Sensei basically.
Sensei,
and it's so funny because it's just like he's one of these ones where he's just writes. He's a writer. He writes in his notebook and things like that.
He's so like melodramatic. It's like
he's like, oh, I just can't be bothered. Like the big monster comes and he just lets it take him, and he's like,
it was like the Nego girl there on the thing. It's got a bit spicy, that my lady. I thought it was pen hentai. But basically he was like, no, just take us.
Just take us, kill us. And she's looking at him, she's like, what? You're supposed to be the hero, you're supposed to be helping. And
it's pretty funny. Yeah.
It is funny. And I'm enjoying it. And I reckon this is gonna be a really popular one. I think it is already jumping up in the top 10. So
oh right. But I'm definitely gonna carry on watching this. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. My next pick would be where am I going there? I need a mouse. Is Attack on Titan.
Oh, Attack on Titan.
Now, it took me a while to get through all this, I've got to admit.
Yeah, Attack on Titan's a strange one for the people out
there. The thing is, if people's been around my channel for a while, they'll know I used to have another channel, a reaction channel. And I used to react to Attack on Titan. I've got about 3 episodes in until Sean Jump and everybody else put the boot down on us to remove them. So, I just finished watching it this year.
We've got Fuzzy Don up here. Hello, Fuzzy.
Fuzzy popped in.
Fuzzy's popped in. How we doing?
I am. I'm learning from the master, Simon Sensei. There you go.
Simon Sensei.
Thanks for joining, Fuzzy. Always appreciate it, my mate. Cracking job, boys. Cheers, mate. So I finished watching this this year, and I put Sasha on there because I got attached to Sasha. Like all anime, they took her away.
Oh, that's a spoiler, man.
It's been out for years. It's fine.
Yeah. So for anyone who hasn't watched Attack on Titan, one, it is 100% worth the watch. There's so many surprises in it. It's very shocking.
I will say, season 1, season 2, let go a bit. Season 3 was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
And then once you get down to the final 2,
the final 2's hard to watch because the animation studio changed.
Yeah.
So that's why you can see the animation is slightly different, and it's sort of like it took them a while to bring it all out. It has all finished now, so you can watch all of it. The last 2 seasons, as I said, they're a bit higgledy-piggledy. So you've got to find out which episodes are which, and it's really hard to find what's happening from the last 2 seasons. Because there's a massive time skip.
Skip.
And I hate time skips. I really do.
Yeah, but it is a big one.
They seem to do it in every anime. Like every anime I've watched, there's been a time skip. There's one in One Piece. There's one in Fairy Tail, which I'm going to be talking about coming up. There's like these big animes. There's always time skips.
I didn't know they did one in One Piece.
Yeah. There's a massive time skip in One Piece.
Really?
There's and there's a massive time skip in a fight. And they seem to do it in these animes just because it's easier to move the arc and move the story along.
Yeah.
So they go, oh yeah, this has happened like 100 years later or 10 years later, and this is what's happened, and it's like, oh, okay, time skip.
So I'll just get into the premise of this. People lived in walled cities, and there's titans on the outside.
They call walls different names, don't they? Like one
Mira. Wall Rosas.
Wall Rosa, and it's done like in a figure of 8, I think, type thing. Like circle there.
Yeah.
And there's one big circle with a circle in it, and then there's circles around it. So
that's the colossal titan there. That's the biggest titan there is. And they managed to crash through one of the walls and sends people further into the cities.
So so the years they've been in peace, and they know there's stories of the titans outside the wall, and it's just stories. And then suddenly one day, as a kid, who's the main protagonist in this, I think it's Wall Mira, which is one of the walls, the outer walls. As I said, like you've got to imagine it like there's 3 circles put together. One of the outer walls gets smashed in by the Colossus Titan, and he basically just kicks his foot in through it and through the wall, and then those other Titans, smaller ones, like sort of go in
And
and
Rampage.
they all look
Rampage.
like naked, like the skin's taken off humans. That's what they
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
And there's a big surprise later on why they look that way. So
Yeah. It was actually really good to find out how that's done,
yeah.
to be fair. Yeah. But this is another one of them animes that'll just have you
Oh,
pulling at your heartstrings all the way
the
through.
moments and like the
First
twist moment.
episode. First
Yeah.
episode gets you. It
Yeah.
really does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Simon's next pick is, you just mentioned it, is Fairy Tale 100 Year. Oh, where are we at?
Yeah.
There we go.
Is this the last one, or have you got one after?
No, this is the last one.
Last one. Okay.
Top
Perfect.
10.
So Fairy Tale is one of my favorite animes. It did finish actually at one point.
Still no English dub on it though, is there?
No. Because it takes a while. So Fairy Tale had this massive arc, and it's one of the ones with a time skip as well. Basically, everyone's got magic, and there's different magic, sort of not schools, but like magic academies, like magic. And that one's called Fairy Tale, and they all have different magic abilities.
Yeah.
Natsu is got the magic ability of fire, but as a kid, he grew up with a dragon. And he's like, his father is a dragon because he was like adopted by a dragon, and so he has flame abilities and all. It's called Ignis, and so there's dragons in it, there's magic in it, and there's loads of fighting in it, and it's absolutely amazing. Natsu is a part of Fairy Tale, and they all have tattoos, and each different academy or different like magic groups has the tattoos of or on the hands, on the face, on the arms, wherever. Basically it's an insignia of their sort of group. And there's battles, and there's time skips, and there's going back in time and all sorts. Anyway, so there's loads of episodes, absolutely tons of episodes of Fairy Tale and a movie and things like that. And then suddenly it comes to an end, and Fairy Tale actually finished. And we thought, okay, that's the end with Fairy Tale. Then suddenly, for whatever reason, they've thought, oh, let's restart it again. So they continued Fairy Tale, and this is called the 100-Year Quest. So what's out now on Crunchyroll is the 100-Year Quest. So I'm literally watching it. But for those that I wouldn't start with this one, I would go back to the original Fairy Tale, because this is literally continuing on from where. I mean, you can watch this if you want to pick up. You can always watch this and pick it up on its own. It's fine. You soon get used to the characters, learning what they do, learning what they are. He has a cat, and the cat can fly. It's like a pet cat, and it talks as well. And
What you doing there, Fairy Tale?
Yeah, just adding some pet cats as well, which is cool if you like cats. So this is the 100-Year Quest, and they're going on a quest, and there's the magic they go to. Basically, if you imagine, there's when they show different parts of the world, they've literally gone to the other side of the world, like us going to like Australia or somewhere. And basically, they're going there to do what we call the 100-Year Quest, which they've heard of. And there's always this group. And so you've got Natsu, the main protagonist. You've got Gray. So Natsu's got fire power. You've got Gray. He's got ice power. You've got Ezra with the red hair. If I think that's how you pronounce her name, Ezra or something like. She has armor ability, so she can produce any weapons or armor she wants. So she has loads in her, like she's like magic. She's like really good fighting ability as well. Then you have the little girl called Wendy, and she has one of the cats as well. She has wind ability, so she has be able to use wind. And then you have the other girl, which I've forgotten her name, Lucy. Lucy, that's it, Lucy.
Right.
And basically, she has what we call a key ability. So she has these keys from all of the Zodiac keys, they're called. So she has Gemini, Libra, and she can unlock them, and they unlock abilities. They unlock, obviously, a character that helps her, and then and she gets an ability as well. So so that's all their magic, and they go in a group and they're doing the 100-Year Quest. The 100-Year Quest, they see this old wizard, and he said no one's ever passed it. And the idea is there's these 5 major dragons, and you've got to kill these 5 major dragons. Now, at the end of season 1, they killed one. Basically, it's called Archanology or something. I think it was like a big demon dragon, and that was like, it's not season 1, but like the end of the whole of Fairy Tail that I got up to. Because that's definitely not even season 1. Like there's loads of seasons of the original Fairy Tail, but at the end they kill one of the main dragons, and these are more powerful than that dragon. So yeah, so it's picking up from there, and it's doing a whole different arc and story set. But it's called the 100-Year Quest, and yeah, if you love it, and it's one of those to really watch, a bit like One Piece, and it's fun, it's easy watch, and yeah, I really like it. So
yeah, well, definitely check that one out. Hope they'll get an English dub soon, bastards. And that brings us to the top 10.
To the top 10. Let's have a look.
So I looked on Crunchyroll this morning. They give you the UK top 10, what's been rated. I've looked online, and it's like out of thousands of people. Now, as I was adding the ratings to the little banner that you'll see across the thing, they're all so close. I don't know how to pick them. And then when I looked on Crunchyroll again tonight, the top 10 has changed again.
It's changing again. It's constantly changing. It's constantly changing. I don't know if it's done on views or likes or what, but surely it's done on views on Crunchyroll.
I would have thought so. I would have thought views.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're just going to get into this.
Round down to the top 10.
First up, we have Wisteria.
And this is one I need to watch. I need to pick it up. It's
Yeah, I think this is going to be another like fantasy adventure one, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it's sort of Harry Potter magic style type sort of.
Right. Right.
I think so. Like you've got a guy with a wand there. It's a magic type school one again. I think. Win a story, a wand of sword. That's what I think. I've seen it. I want to watch it, but I haven't picked it up yet. So
yeah, because I know some of these in the top 10 have been manga as well.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure which has and which hasn't. I should have really looked. But yeah, that's number 10. Number 9, we've got Alea. Sometimes hides her feelings in Russian.
See, now, this is one I would never watch. Probably because it just never takes my fancy. These ones, like these lovey-dovey ones, or some of them are supposed to be amazing and really good and funny, but it's just one of those I would never watch or pick up.
Yeah, same here.
But it's in the top 10, so maybe it's worth a watch.
4.9 there out of 5. Yeah. Okie dokie, we'll go Nobody's Way. What's it called? Nobody's Way Up to an Exploration Hero.
Okay, I've not watched this one either, so on my list.
Yeah, it was getting high up there. So, number 7 is Why Nobody Remembers Me in This World. So this is going to be another one like what you've been watching and stuff, isn't it? Where different worlds.
There is they're called an isekai, basically, going into another world. It's so popular now. It's so massive of a concept. I mean, I'm getting a bit fed up of it. I really am. But it just seems an easy write for manga artists and anime, and they just literally write, or going into a different world, and that's what it is, So
the first one of these isekai, is it isekai?
Isekai, is the concept
that I've watched was ReZero. I started watching that.
That
still
one,
on the first season of that one.
ReZero is one of the first ones who sort of did it. But ReZero is got a different concept to it, and it's worth a watch because when he dies and he goes, he relives the day. He relives the day, and it's like Groundhog Day, and so he can change the day from that. And he changes the future and everything from that, but he has like respawn points from his death.
Yeah, that's right.
And
I think the beginning was outside the fruit stand, wasn't it?
Yeah, fruit stand, and then it changes from changing, making different things, and that's what I love about that anime. And when I first watched it, anyone who wants an isekai, that's worth a watch. ReZero, but these other ones, it's you either like them or you don't. So
That's fair.
It is, yeah.
Next one was one of yours, Failure to Frame.
Yeah, Failure to Frame. Yeah, number 6. So
another new one as well. Yeah.
So all these are fairly new ones. They're all getting in the top 10.
Yeah.
So
we're going to number 5, which is Attack on Titan. Still in the top 10.
Still in the top 10. It's been there a long time though.
Yeah,
So
I
like,
said 2013 this come out as well. So
yeah, it's
so
not really,
11 years later, and it's
still in the top 10. So
still
that
pretty
shows you how
popular.
much it's worth a watch. So
Yeah. Next one we've got. I've just actually started watching this anime as well. It's Demon Slayer.
Oh, Demon Slayer.
So I think this is just based on the new arc.
I've read as a manga all of Demon Slayer.
Right.
And it's absolutely amazing. I don't they've just finished one of the arcs, and I think the next arc, I don't know if it's actually going to be a movie, the final
because
arc.
they did a movie, didn't they? Was it The Train or something?
Yeah, the train one, and they released that on Crunchyroll and things like that. You can watch that on Crunchyroll, the train one, as a movie.
So I'm watching Demon Slayer on Netflix. They've got the train one as like an arc.
Yeah,
so they've got it on Netflix. This arc, and this arc.
Yeah, but you need to watch that because it obviously ties into everything. So the movie, it's not like sometimes, like when I used to watch Naruto years ago, you could watch the series and then the movie would be like just at the time of the series and dotted around and a story its own story. Where this, you have to watch the movie because it ties in with the series.
Right.
So
I've noticed like that about some of these animes, like you said, Naruto. One Piece, Dragon Ball, they've got movies attached as well.
Oh, there's tons of movies, and
trying to figure out where to put them as you're watching,
where they are in the series at the time.
Yeah.
Well, they're all worth watching. I used to watch all the Naruto ones and all the there's loads of them. So
Demon Slayer number 4.
Demon Slayer, the I think the animation studio's Mappa, I think. I'm not too sure.
I know Mappa does a hell of a lot now.
And it's got some of the best animation I've seen in my life. Like,
it's really smooth animation, isn't it?
And they do Jujutsu Kaisen, and it's so smooth. It's so like it's just worth a watch just for that because it's the animation is absolutely brilliant. So
next up, number 3. We have That Time I Got Reincarnated as Slime.
So this had a season break, massive season break before season 3, and it took a while to get up to season 3. It's really good, like and
it is good, is it?
Yeah. So there's some there's some friendly episodes, but basically at the start he spawns into yet again another world from being a human. He's a human. And he spawns as a slime, and he's in this cave. He's in this cave, and the protagonist is in the cave, and he's basically eating. He figures out he's a slime, but he's got like the helper, and she's a woman.
Yeah.
She's like, "I'll help you," and she tells him what he's learned and everything, his abilities, and he starts getting abilities, and then suddenly he's bouncing around, and he sees this trapped dragon called like the Thunder Dragon. And he's been trapped in the dungeon for years, this like dungeon sort of cave thing. And he's trapped there behind a barrier. Can't get out. And the dragon was going to kill him. And he goes, and in the end, he makes friends. And at the time, he's a blue slime. And he looks like a blue slime before he can self-change into like a human. He swaps from slime to human all the time. Anyway, so he decides to make friends with the dragon, and he makes a pact. And he goes, "I'll tell you what, I'll take you inside of me and take you and hold you as a slime." Because one of his abilities is he can literally just like absorb anything as a slime. And he takes this over OP dragon inside of him. And then he manages to get out of the dungeon as the slime, and then makes friends with orcs and goblins, and then eventually he turns into his human form, and he makes a whole sort of city village of monsters. And and then he meets some ogres, and he battles, and it goes from there, and he levels up, and he gains more abilities, and he becomes way overpowered. And there's at one point he becomes, I think, end of season 2, he is absolutely amazing. He becomes what we call a demon lord. And the only way you can become a demon lord is by killing 1,000 people.
Oh, damn.
And there's at one point where he's because he's like got abilities, so he can make wings and fly and all sorts, because he's a slime and he can transform, and he's been absorbing all these different abilities for like, you know, for throughout the whole seasons, and comes better, and he's got a whole village to protect and everything now. There's basically a human army going against the monsters, basically, because his whole village is all made up of orcs and monsters and things like that, and they don't like that, and that he's like in the middle of the forest between all these like cities and stuff. So the humans go and attack him, and they kill one of his best, like, sort of his friends, which are the ogres, and he literally kills them. So he literally goes in there, and it's like his abilities, literally, he just puts out loads of these dots of himself, slimes, and then it just literally kills everyone. And then he gets big. Yeah, it's really shocking.
Went on a spree.
He just does not care, because they've killed his friend. He's like, I do not care. I'm just annihilating all these 1,000 humans to become a demon lord. And then he becomes a demon lord, and so it's just worth it just for that episode. So that episode's absolutely amazing, and see, and then it sort of, as I said, you've got your filler episodes. That's the only downside to it. There's a lot of friendly filler episodes, and there's a lot of talking. There's a lot, but when those action ones do come up, they're absolutely amazing. So worth a watch.
See, that was my only problem with EOT was the filler episodes.
Yeah, the filler. Yeah, there's a lot of filler episodes in this. Yeah.
But then you're gonna have Chainsaw Man. There's not really any filler.
Exactly. So.
So number 2 is Jujutsu Kaisen,
which we've explained.
Yeah. Go check it out. It's brilliant. And then we get down to number 1.
Number 1.
Do you have any clue what number 1 would be, Sam?
Is it One Piece?
It isn't.
No, it isn't One Piece. I'm trying to think what it is. I thought Demon Slayer was number 1. If it's not Attack on Titan, not Jujutsu Kaisen, it's not My Hero Academia, is it? No.
It absolutely is.
It is My Hero Academia. Yeah. See, I don't know why this is number 1. It's because it's come out again, but because a lot of people have
maybe that.
Yeah, that's
I
why
know my son's been a big fan of My Hero Academia for years.
Yeah. I've watched. I've been reading the manga. There's actually, for anyone out there, I forget what it's called. There's a side manga to this,
right?
So where it's completely different story.
Is it the villains one?
It's not the type of. It's like a villains one type thing. They're not villains. They're more like so basically, My Hero Academia. You're either born with abilities, you're a hero, or you're a villain. Yeah. So they're not villains. They're called they're what's the other word for a villain? Like they're basically got abilities, and they're vigilantes. That's it. They're vigilantes. I think it's called something vigilantes, and it's absolutely amazing. It's like and I actually really like that manga, like more so than My Hero Academia. A lot of the seasons of My Hero Academia, like the side. You know, if anyone wants to, read anything away from My Hero Academia, definitely read. I think it's called like Vigilantes or something. So
yeah. So I watched the first episode before we come on, and the way they explained about the heroes, I just thought the boys, because the more popular they get, the richer they get.
Yeah. Basically, they get more money. The more heroes.
It's the Japanese boys.
Yeah.
So I thought that was good. Yeah. But that is it. That's our
that's it. Top 10. There we go.
Top 10. So that's the show. There you go.
All done.
It's all done in an hour.
Wow.
So next time we do this, we're gonna go be on Simon's channel. We haven't talked about what we want to do yet.
No.
I've got some ideas going about. But keep your eye on the community tab. I'll let you know on there. Also,
let us know if you like this, guys, and if this is the sort of thing you want
absolutely.
Us to carry on.
Yeah, if you want to do like a special on just one show, that could be something. Stuff in the comments there. There's Dave say great show, bros. I'm not a huge anime watcher. My kids love it though. Yeah.
He needs to get into anime because I got you into it. It's like
Dave loves his Pokemon.
Does he like? That's anime to me. Pokemon.
Well, if you're on whatnot, Dave does live sales on with Pokemon cards and whatnot. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Part of the Spinetics crew there. Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, boys. Same to you, Dave. I don't know if you're doing your Whatnot show tonight or not. If you are, good luck on that, mate. Much appreciate you. Someone else joined us. Rob the Regan. I'm awake. So Rod used to do a art show on his channel. But it was early in the morning. I think it was me, Charlie, Andy, can't remember who else I was supposed to be on. I slept through. And I come on right at the end of the show. So I still get stick for that. But yeah, thanks for joining, Rod. Much appreciated, mate. But like I said, next show will be on Simon's channel. So just keep your eyes peeled for announcements on that. Until then, we shall. Wait there, I want to get this right. I've got an outro.
You've got an outro. Okay.
Somewhere.
So
it's there.
it's there.
Right.
So,
Bye.
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 Thank you.